What's up, world? Welcome to the sixth episode of the Universal Hustle Podcast. Today's guest is not only known by Clifton Fifer, but also Coach Fifer, and it's also safe to say that he's a legend. Let's get to it. Man, what's going on, Coach? We finally got you in here, man.
Yeah, finally.
It's a pleasure to have you here, man.
Always a pleasure to be around y'all.
Yeah, I'm sorry it took so long, man. I went down for like almost a week, man. I don't know if it was strep throat, the flu, or man, it's been going around.
You know, that's a lot of that bug going around because I had a stomach virus and
Oh,
it kept
wow.
me down for almost 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, it's crazy. We'll hear about it a couple months from now, what it actually was, the word they have for the diagnosis. But anyway, man, how's it going?
It's going good. I'm glad to be here.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate you coming out again, but we're gonna get right into it, man. I want to talk about the segregation days. We're gonna start off with that, man.
All right.
How was it back when? What year was it?
Well, I was born in 52, so I went through segregation from 1952 till they integrated in 1963.
Right.
Yeah, and as children, you know, we were told that there were things that you could and you couldn't do.
Right.
Like you couldn't go to hotels. But
Right.
we didn't need that. We didn't need to go to a hotel because you had everything that you needed was right there in the black community.
Right.
There were 4 hotels in the black community. The White Rose Hotel, Miss Phelps had a 12-room hotel with a little row of houses, four houses that she rented out. There was the Ezel Courts.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was
The Ezel Courts.
Ezel Courts.
Where was that at?
If you go straight up Swigert Street, that big old house that Wiggy Lot and them built.
Right.
Well, that used to be the Ezel Courts.
Okay.
Yeah, and man, that was a huge hotel. And then Mr. Bratcher's, behind the famous door, had a 17-room hotel back there.
Right.
And almost everybody in the community had a small house in the back of their house that they could rent out. And rent was $1 a day.
Wow.
I know it. So swimming pools, we didn't have, you couldn't go to the swimming pool.
Right.
But who needed a swimming pool? Man, we had a whole river and a creek to
Right.
swim in. And if you wee in a swimming pool, it stays there. If you wee in a creek or a river, what happened?
Oh yeah.
It washes off. So where you want to swim?
In the creek.
Okay, you want to swim in the creek. We had a filling station. That was a washateria.
Mm-hmm.
There were 4 stores that you could use as shopping stores right there in the community.
Right.
Quinlan's store is on the corner of Pascal Street and Francisco Lemos. That was the largest store in the community.
Oh wow.
Then you had Chico's store, which is on Shriner Street.
Right.
Miss Rosie Norris had a store on Swigert Street. The Rainbow store was on Davis and Pascal Street.
Right.
So we had all those stores that you could go to. Every juke joint, there were 7 juke joints in a 2.5 block area. Every juke joint was a restaurant. So you had round the clock food wherever you wanted to go.
Man, that had to be crazy.
That was crazy, man. It was fun times.
So how was
Hilly
it?
Frazier had a barbecue pit.
Right. I remember the
Best
the
barbecue in the
structure.
region.
I wasn't
Best
there, but I
barbecue in
remember the
the region. That's
structure.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That had to be some of the craziest days, man, because you didn't have to go anywhere.
You didn't have to go anywhere to get anything you wanted. It was right there. I liken this community to what was called Black Wall Street, and there were several of them. They had one in Mississippi. I think they have one there now, still called Mudtown.
Mm-hmm.
There was one in North Carolina. Well, every major city had a large black community.
Right.
There was one in Oklahoma. Those are the ones that thrived the most. We had everything they had, except we didn't have the professional people. We had businessmen,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't have doctors and lawyers.
Right.
Of that
I
standard.
mean, it seemed like it wasn't anything to opening a business back then. What all did it take?
Well, as far as I know, you still had to go to the city, and you had to go through, the red tape there.
Oh, okay.
But once you got through it, you could open your business and go
Right.
out.
So
You still had business codes and all
Right.
that.
Okay. So the segregation deal, when I say they, I mean outside the neighborhood. They allowed you to do what you live a normal life, but we
Right.
just had to stay
Right.
over there.
Right. Now, segregation didn't work both ways. because there's no way that community was large enough to support 7 juke joints.
Right.
You had to have outside influences coming in, and so the first thing to integrate, long before integration happened, should have been the churches, but it wasn't. It was the juke joints. And that's man. Everybody would come to the juke joints
Right.
for the food, for the entertainment,
Right.
for the socialization. It was all there.
Right.
Right down in front of, right along the famous door, there was the barber shop connected to the famous door.
Arnold's, right?
Right. There was a liquor store and a candy store. There was a pool hall. There was a shoe shine parlor. They played washers out in front.
Right.
And threw horseshoes. So everything that you needed was right there. And then the other driving force in the community were the churches, of course. You had 2 main churches. You had Mount Olive Baptist Church, and then you had Barnard Chapel United Methodist Church. Barnard Chapel was established in 1897. Mount Olive, I believe, was in 1992. And then you had smaller churches that grew up.
Right.
In the community. So Pentecostal churches.
So basically, we couldn't go there, but people on the outside can come there.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So how was the treatment? Did they kind of match, or did the people from the community kind of treat them professionally, or did they kind of?
No.
Was it they welcomed them in?
Yeah, you were welcome. 19th of June and 4th of July, the park would be loaded.
Right.
Whenever there was a baseball game, it was a bouquet of people in the stands.
Right.
Because it was just everybody that showed up.
Right.
Again, there was not enough inside influence to support everything.
Right.
So when the Kerrville All-Stars needed new uniforms, they had to go to interior of Kerrville to get uniforms.
Right.
And people bought those uniforms to support them.
Gotcha.
Along the fence line, you probably didn't see all of this. There was a tin fence going in the back, in the back of the field, with all of the business names that bought to put the fence up.
Right. In the park?
In the park.
Oh, okay.
In Kerrville Park, when it was a baseball park.
Right.
The baseball park was on the right-hand side.
Uh-huh.
And it was 22 stands going up on the home side with a tin top on it. And on the other side, it was 16 stands going up with a tin top on it.
Wow.
So you were completely shaded.
Right.
Out of the sun.
That's wild. So.
And on the opposite side was the playground.
Right. The wooden playground we used to play on.
Right. Now
it was built to last.
Louise Hayes Park was integrated. You could go to Louise Hayes Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But people had their own park.
Right.
And so that's where they stayed and played.
Right. Okay.
Little League Baseball was integrated long before the schools were. And the same people that denied you the right to go to school with their kids, some of them would fight somebody if they didn't let you play Little League Baseball, because that was the American sport, and everybody played baseball.
Right. Mm-hmm. So back to the business side. Now, all those businesses, I mean, you named 15, 20 businesses that was going on around there. So which ones were the first? You remember the order that they all fell?
Oh, man, Gerald. Let's see. I think...
I don't want to make you dig too deep.
No, I think the cabin closed first, and then it was the Dream, and then in somewhere around 72, the Pleasure Garden, which was the most popular of all the juke joints. That's where all the big stars came.
Right.
They closed. Miss Phelps, she got sick and she closed up. The Famous Door closed somewhere in 86, and I think the last surviving one was
Pineda's.
Well, Pineda's is still there. I'm talking about the ones that closed up.
Oh, okay.
Was the Green Door.
Right.
Now, and the 7th juke joint was the Tejano juke joint, which is Pineda's, which is still there. It's on the corner of McFarland and Pascal Street.
And Chico.
Well, Chico's closed.
Chico's closed in about the 80s too, right?
Chico's was late 70s. And he was more of a store.
Right.
A little grocery store that you can go to.
So basically, when it all came down to it, it was like death deaf people died off, and that's how
Yeah,
it kind of
well,
fell off.
integration happened, you had a large migration of people leaving the community. They were going to other places for better job opportunities.
Right.
California took several people. Michigan, because of the car industry, took several of the people. And then there were people who had family members in Houston and San Antonio and Austin, and they could go there and get better jobs.
And then the
Find the
army.
jobs here. Yeah, the military took some people. And so that's what really hurt the community, when
Right.
people had the opportunity to go other places and make a living.
So it was very important for black people to support black-owned businesses back then.
Oh yeah, yeah, and everybody did.
That was like the
And it
that
just
was
wasn't
like gold.
again. It just wasn't the black people that supported it.
Right,
It was
right.
Hispanic and Anglo Americans as well.
Right.
Hmm.
And so, I mean, it went on and on and on. So we're here today. You think that we can ever see those days again? Not the segregation part, but far as businesses in the neighborhood and us coming together like that?
Yes, I do. Fred Gamble spoke at the Heritage Banquet on Friday, and he was on a committee which would allow businesses to come back in the community. Now you
Right.
can't have juke joints and houses of ill repute and things like that, but
Right.
you can form businesses.
Oh,
And
wow.
uh-huh.
So they're in the process of passing the
Well,
the
I
code.
think the code has already been passed. It's just a matter of applying for a proper business.
Right. So
Mhm.
what would you like to see over there? What you think a business that would be set up over there that would benefit majority
It, w-
of the people?
it would be nice to have a community oh man, what's the word I want to use? It just slipped me.
Take your time.
Yeah, like a mini mart within the community.
Right.
It'd be nice to
Right.
have a restaurant where you can just go and sit in
Yeah.
and order food. And
I mean, the famous doors, they set it up. I mean, they patched it back up and stood it back
Mhm.
up, but they never
no,
went any further.
and every time I've ever asked about it, they say that it's still on the table to be opened. It's just a matter of getting in, doing the work, and opening it.
Right, right.
Mhm.
Okay, so,
It would be nice to have a washateria within the community, so people that don't have washers
Right.
and dryers
right.
can get to one that that's handily.
Mm-hmm. Remember the one that was right there where Buzzy's used to
Right.
be?
Mhm.
Yeah, that was, well, we walked down there many a days.
Yep. Well, right across the street from that was Quinlan's store,
Right.
and where those storage units are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man, the world has changed.
A little bit.
A little bit. Everybody's still making money. But okay, so I mean I appreciate that segment right there. But you also a history teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You also a retired history teacher. I'm
Mhm.
gonna say that.
Yeah. Died in
And
2011.
2011, that's
15
wild,
years.
man. That's wild. So how did that? Is that what made you get into being a history teacher? The
No.
segregation.
No, what made me get into history was Doyle. You know, at Doyle there were 6 teachers. 5 of them either had master's degrees or they were working on a master's degree.
Right.
The one that didn't have a master's degree was Miss Ellie Cheeks, and she had a doctor's degree.
Ellie Cheeks.
Right.
Who was she related to?
Nobody around here.
Oh, okay.
She was from Giddings, Texas.
Right.
So
Hold up. Sorry for the interruption, but we gotta let you know about these new spring merch that just dropped in a variety of colors. Feel free to comment your size or inbox and let us know, or pull up to 508 Jefferson Street at Vapeville and Customs and pick yours up. Now, back to the episode.
So if you can feel it, if you can touch it, if you can see it, if you can hear it, then you can use it.
Right.
And so that's the way that they taught at Doyle, and that's what I took to the classroom.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I didn't go to school. I went to school here from Starkey, 3rd grade, and we moved to Houston. So I was never had that chance to be taught history from you back then through school. But I mean, you do teach me a lot now. I appreciate you for that. So you have a lot of. How does it feel for you to walk around and just see, hey, somebody that you taught?
You know, every parent wants their child to do better than they did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the same way with teaching. Every teacher wants their child or their student to do good.
Right.
So when you see one of your students who's had success, and success doesn't necessarily mean that they live in a mansion.
Right.
It means that they have a job and they're able to support their family.
Right.
You know, that they're being productive citizens. That's what we want to see as teachers.
Right.
You know, and it makes us feel good to know that we possibly had a hand in that student doing well, doing good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that kind of inspires
Yeah,
you.
man,
Right.
It makes your heart feel good.
Right. Yeah. That's
Brings a
what's
smile
up.
to your face.
So you have a generation that's my age and a generation of my kids that you taught.
Hmm. When I quit teaching, I was teaching grandchildren.
Right. So there's no great grandchildren down here that say they can know coach
Well,
from teacher.
Yeah, it is, because I still do programs. I do interpretive programs, and I'm in and out of the schools a lot.
Right. Okay.
And so, yeah, when I go in and you do these interpretive or history programs, it's still a form of teaching.
Right.
So yeah, I'm still out there with
Right.
great and maybe even great
Great.
grandchildren.
OG coach.
Yeah. OGG.
No, so man, I'm glad you mentioned that. I forgot that you teach dance classes
I
also.
teach dance.
How did that come about?
We had a teacher. He was a special needs teacher. His name was Mr. Cullen Cole, and this was 1984. And we were doing what we call mini courses. We only did this just a couple of years. That's where the kids could get to choose in the morning for 2 hours a course that they wanted to take for 6 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And Mr. Cole came to me. I was going to do something on Black history, and Mr. Cole came to me and said that he needed help teaching country western. And I told him that I did other genres of dance. I've never done country. I've always wanted to learn. He said, I can teach you everything you need to know in 2 hours.
What?
And yeah, everything you need to know. So we went to the gym. He showed me, and then he said, now go home and practice. Oh, glory be.
Right.
My practice session took 2 hours a night for 6 weeks.
Right.
And I still had to prepare for my class the next day. And so at the end of the 6 weeks, though, when it was time to teach the class, I knew everything I needed to know to teach the class. And the first night, we went out to dance, and we went to the YO hotel to dance, and a group of teachers did. And at the end of the night, 3 people came up to me and asked me if I would teach them the waltz. That's when I knew that Mr. Cole knew what he was talking about.
So you start acting like you've been doing
Yeah,
it for
then
years.
I started teaching.
So did you practice in your socks or your boots?
Man, I practiced in anything I had. I was in the floor. When I was at home,
Yeah.
I was on the linoleum sliding. When I was on the football field, I think I aerated the whole football field behind Peterson Middle School.
Right.
Because I would be two-stepping out there,
Right.
aerating the field. If I was in HEB, I was dancing behind a shopping cart.
Right.
It didn't matter. I
Just
wanted to
practicing.
learn. Yeah, I
Right.
wanted to learn.
I know I gotta show up tomorrow.
That's right.
So I gotta
That's
get my
right.
shine on.
So-
Okay, so how did you incorporate the dancing into the band you're in?
Well, when you play music and the music sounds good, it makes you want to move.
Right.
And so you can do line dancing. You can do that by yourself.
Right.
You can do swing dance steps by yourself. You can do 2 steps by yourself. So I do all of that on stage whenever I'm trying to perform.
Do you ever kind of get too carried away into the song and your feet just start moving on their own?
All the time, man. All the time. I can hear music and start tapping, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Yeah.
So it's you. What's the name of your band?
We've in 2 different bands. We have Ghost of the Pleasure Garden, which is named after the Pleasure Garden juke joint.
Right.
And then we have 3 of a kind. That's Miss Ashley Valero, who sings like an angel.
Man, Miss,
Conrad
Miss
Wirt, who-
Ashley. Shout out
yeah.
to Ashley, man. She can blow.
Conrad Wirt, who is professional musician.
Right.
As a matter
I
of fact,
know Conrad.
this summer
Yeah.
he's going to be touring in Germany.
Oh wow.
Over spring break. He can't do our program that we're doing on March 7th, One of a Kind Music, because he's going to be in Wyoming playing.
Okay.
So he just goes all over the place and play. But
Yeah.
when he's here, going to be here for a while, we usually get some gigs out and we play together.
So you said March what?
March 20th.
March 20th.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
I got a whole list of stuff that's happening with Doyle.
Okay. Let's hear it.
On March the 7th, that's this coming Saturday, Delta Kappa Gamma Style Show.
What's going on
That-
there?
at the style show, well, the Delta Kappa Gamma are retired teachers.
Okay.
And the teachers are putting on a style show within the community. And the proceeds will go to help Delta Kappa Gamma and the Doyle Community Center.
So it's like a fashion show?
It's a fashion show.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. This year they're including women and children. Next year, men will be able to be in it. And so if the good Lord leave me around.
I can see you now with your boots on.
Man, I'm be wearing something. March 13th, we have senior lunch bingo. And that starts at 11:30, and it runs to about 1:30.
So it's just straight bingo?
No, it's a senior lunch and bingo.
Mm-hmm.
And then that night, on March the 13th, we'll do game night.
Right.
And game night starts at 7 and it ends at 11.
Okay.
And there'll be bingo there for about an hour at game night as well.
Right.
And that starts early at 7 o'clock.
Oh, so we got a busy month in March.
Yeah, we play lots of music during game night. Some people dance. Lots of games are being played.
Right.
March 19th is going to be the Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid Free Will and Estate Planning. You must call to register. And it's for low-income families.
What do they call?
What do they call?
How do they get in touch with
somebody? You're going to call the Doll Center.
Okay.
The number is 830-257-4446.
Okay.
You call the Doll Center, tell them that you would like to register, and they'll get you registered. You come on up there on March the 19th, and they'll help you out with your wheels.
Right.
March 20th is one-of-a-kind music.
So it's coming back.
That'll be March 20th. This will be our third year, and that's a pretty successful night for us because it's all music.
Okay.
And we have some great musicians. Well,
is it in their setup? Y'all got bands coming from other places?
Well, there are generally 2 to 3 people that are playing.
Okay.
And then we have between 50 and 80 people show up.
Right.
That's what we had in the past. We've got like Miss Jacoby Caldwell, who's the music director out at Toronto University. She'll be playing. Matthew Butler, who's originally from Austin, but he does some recording. He's got some CDs and stuff out there.
Right.
A man from Bandera by the name of Rodney Joe Smith. He's played with some big-time musicians. He'll be there to sing and perform. Lee and Karen Hill, they're always a crowd favorite. It's a husband and wife duo from Bandera.
Okay.
We've got Ray Gutierrez will be playing. Me, Ashley, and Joel Brundrett. Joel will be taking the place of Conrad. We'll be doing our 3-of-a-kind. Terry Tice, who plays accordion and fiddle, he'll be there.
Y'all gonna get Ruben out there this year? Ruben?
Camacho will be there, and Ruben will also be there. Ruben's going to do some original stuff on the guitar.
Okay.
And Greg Bitkower will also be there. And then we have this guy every year. He's also one of the proprietors of the Rock Box in Fredericksburg, Texas.
Right.
They just bought that, and his name is Landon Lloyd Miller. He too is a recording artist, and he'll be there to perform.
Okay.
So we've got a great lineup.
Yeah,
That's March 20th. And if y'all want to hear some good music and get some good snacks, come on out.
And the address?
It's free to the public. 110 West Barnett Street.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people to show up, man. I know these last couple events, my mom stays right across the street, man. This car's parked.
I know it is parked everywhere.
Everywhere. And all I hear is when I pull up and see that, all I hear is my grandmother. You know how she was parking in front of her house. But you also, what's your position at the Doyle Community Center?
I'm the community outreach coordinator.
I
get an opportunity to go out and see what's happening in the community, talk to all the people in the community.
Right.
And man, I tell you, it's like Mr. Bhatti.
Right.
You get all kind of stories from him. And Mr. Bhatti is probably the best bean cooker in Kerrville.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever we do programs, that's who we get to do all of our beans.
He can barbecue, too.
He can barbecue. But we get him to do the beans, and everybody raves over those beans.
Right.
Yeah, so I get a chance to go out and see the people, Mr. Raymond Hardy, get to talk to him about his life with baseball. As a matter of fact, he did a baseball talk in Bernie, Texas, weekend before last.
Right.
And there's an upcoming book. The book was written by a man by the name of Richard Butler out of Bernie. Texas Tech is publishing the book, and Mr. Hardy and some of his adventures are in the book. The Freddie Dimry made the front cover of the book. It's pretty. I should have brought a postcard with me.
Mr. Hardy, he's like the last one of Or the Negro League?
He's in Kerrville.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
he's right.
Kerrville.
Now I believe there are a couple of people still alive in Austin, but they aren't able to travel.
Oh, okay.
And then there's Johnny Jefferson, who's in Michigan, who played with the Kerrville All-Stars. And then there's Jackie Boy Warren. He lives in Midland, Texas. He played with the
That sounds like
All-Stars.
a baseball name.
Yeah. Man, Jackie Boy was a great wide receiver in basketball and baseball player.
Wow.
And then, of course, Mr. Hardy, he plays here. He's here.
He was a pitcher?
Mr. Hardy? No, he played in the outfield.
Outfield?
He was a home run hitter.
Which one was the pitcher?
Hubert McCoy.
Hubert McCoy?
Hubert McCoy.
Wow.
Hubert McCoy was throwing 95 miles per hour.
Way back then.
The only other people I know in the pros at that time who was throwing 95 miles per hour were Sandy Koufax and, oh man, I can't think of the other guy's name.
It wasn't many.
No, it wasn't too many.
Right.
And Hubert got drafted first by the New York Giants. They took him to training camp in New York, couldn't keep him in camp.
Right.
Too close to Harlem. He ain't never been around that many
Pretty
pretty black women in his life.
Take a country boy, put him in the
so,
lights.
So they cut him. The next year, they came back to see him. He was in Fredericksburg, Texas. That's where they signed him.
Oh, it came
And
back
the Giants had moved in. At that time, they had moved to San Francisco. And Hubert went up there, and everything went well. Man, he was doing good. Didn't miss a practice. His arm was just showing out.
Right.
And until first game, he was supposed to start pitching. He didn't show up. After the game, the manager and a couple of his buddies went looking for him. They went to the apartment where he was staying. They got the proprietor to open up the apartment. They walked in, and they saw Hubert laying across the bed. He had OD'd.
Oh,
to their knowledge, that was the first time he had ever used any drugs. To anybody's knowledge, yeah. But 95 miles per hour.
Yeah, that was long. That was long.
We had another professional athlete that came out of Dahl, too. Jesse Van Stokes.
Jesse Van Stokes.
Boy, Jesse, that's when you had potholes and rocky roads.
Right.
Jesse would race cars from one end of Davis Street to the other end of Davis Street.
What, running?
Up to Pascal Street, yeah. And he'd beat them.
Wow.
Yeah, he would start on Davis where Swigert and Davis began all the way to Pascal and Davis, and he'd outrun them.
Yeah, he ran a 4.1, huh?
Man, I don't know what he... Well, time-wise, he ran a 9.300, and they found that out once he went to Corpus Christi. It was I don't remember what the name of Corpus Christi was then, but it's Corpus Christi A&M.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and one of the stories I like telling about Jesse is when the coach came from Corpus Christi up here to talk to Prof about Jesse, they talked practically all day. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, the coach told Prof, Mr. Wilson, I really like this boy, and I'd like to take him in, but we need a time on him. We didn't know how fast he is. And Prof said, we play all the other sports, but we don't have a track, so I don't have a stopwatch. And he said, well, I can't give him a scholarship or offer him a scholarship without knowing how fast he is. Yeah. So Prof called everybody bonehead. Right. So Prof told the coach, just wait a minute. And he said, bonehead, come here. Jesse walked over there, and they walked out there where those pipes are. That used to be the sticker bowl. Right. That's where we played football at. And the other side where the swimming pool was, they had a cyclone fence around. That's where Dahl would practice their baseball till they got a chance to go up in the park. So he took Jesse to the sticker bowl, and the grass was up about this high. And right in the middle of the field was a cottontail rabbit just sitting there. You could barely see his ears. Yeah. And Prof told Jesse, he said, bonehead, go get him. And Jesse took off running. Boogity, 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 boogity. And then within 30 yards, Jesse was coming back petting the rabbit.
Oh, and the coach said, caught the rabbit.
And the coach said, I want him. They signed Jesse to a scholarship, and 4 years later, the Minnesota Vikings signed him to a professional contract.
That's crazy, man. Mm-hmm. There's something about the country boys, man. We just build different when it comes to being athletic and physical fit. That's what's up. But before we go, man, tell us about the Juneteenth. What's going on with the Blues Fest?
We're hoping to do a 3-day event for 19th of June because 19th of June is falling on Friday this year. Mm-hmm. But some complications came up, so we're just going to do the Blues Fest this year. But next year, we're hoping to be able to do that 3-day celebration. And that would include the Friday with the wrapping of a Juneteenth pole, softball games, hopefully a parade,
Mm-hmm.
and then music under the pavilion. Of course, that Saturday will be the Blues Fest, and this
Right.
year the Blues Fest will be June 20th. And then on
Okay.
Sunday we hope to have a community church-wide service
Okay.
under the pavilion as well.
Okay. Well, so it's the same date as every other year with the Blues Fest?
Oh yeah, it's always
same
the
date?
Saturday before Father's Day.
Right, okay.
So that's where it'll be next year. But this year is June the 20th, and then I think the next year is June 21st.
So y'all looking for vendors, or y'all accepting vendors, or how
Well,
y'all
we've got our food trucks already nailed down.
Oh, okay.
And we've got basically all of our vendors that we're
Okay.
that we're going to be
Okay.
using, because you're always one of them.
Oh,
And,
yes, I really
mhm.
appreciate all that time, man. Every time I'm there. But yeah, I just want you to kind of get the word out to the people.
Mhm.
Just take this opportunity, man. But again, I appreciate you coming through and everything you do for my generation, the community, everything.
Well, you know,
man. We really appreciate you, man.
It's enjoyable, and it's always a joy to work with y'all. It's good to
We
see
give
young
you a
people.
hard time, but
That's why I take my knife in my pocket.
But all right, man, I appreciate you coming
All right.
through, man. That's gonna wrap it up for the Universal Hustle Podcast, man. Thank y'all for tapping in.